Okay, we should be live here. I'm Gary Hill. We got Kathy Glass, who plays a character in one of the upcoming shorts, and we got Sam Cornn. And Sam is my co-producer, and Sam is amazing. He's been building sets. He's been building props. He's a machine, man. I'm telling you. Um, I know Andrew Laabs is going to be coming soon. He's in all five of the shorts, but he'll be in here soon. We'll add him when he is. In the meantime, I want to talk a little bit about what these shorts are and how the whole thing came about. I do spooky movie time with Scary Gary, and part of every episode it starts off with a silent short horror movie. Well, I'm sort of running out of silent short horror movies to run. And so I got thinking, well, what if I shoot my own? And so we're going to
Oh,
make these look as if they were done in the 1920s, but it won't be perfect. And that's kind of part of the joke of it. I mean, I've actually recorded my parts for the next five episodes. Well, the first five episodes of season two of Spooky Movie Time, which include these. And like, there's one of these where I'm playing a gardener. And so when I'm doing the Scary Gary thing, I mentioned that the gardener looks familiar, but I can't place it. So just playing little jokes off of it, presenting it as original 1920s stuff, but only sort of with a wink and a nudge. Um, but we're going to be doing the Statement of Randolph Carter, which is Edgar Allan Poe, Home Sweet Home, which is E.F. Benson. So because I tried to do these all based on stories that were available at the time. There's The Secret of Growing Gold or by Bram Stoker, and The Facts in the Case of M. Valdemar, which is by Edgar Allan Poe. And then the other one, The Yellow Wallpaper, and I can never remember that woman's name, who wrote that, Charlotte Gilman Perkins, I think it is.
hmm.
I'm a huge fan of that story. I like all these stories actually, so it'll be fun. Um, Now, Kathy plays uh, the ghost of a woman in Home Sweet Home, which is cool. She's going to have a cool scene like that. Sam, you want to talk a little bit about some of what you've been doing? You've been crazy busy this weekend, I know.
Um, well, for the most part, I've built a set that we can bring in, set up, and then a couple of scenes. We got a fireplace, so building a fake fireplace with a big hearthstone. Building, and then we need a piano for one of the or shorts, so get picked up a piano today. Um, you know, desks and tables, chairs, all that stuff. It's just getting all of the different things we need, and then getting it where we can set stuff up, switch it out for different um, scenes. That's mostly it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it should be cool. I mean, I know you've just been working like crazy on this stuff, and I'm like massively impressed. And for those who don't know, Sam does haunted attraction type stuff. He's been doing that for years, which is why he's got a lot of experience with this props and all this stuff. And you
Oh,
know,
cool.
actually, we worked together a little bit on I put the spooky back into Christmas event a couple of years ago, and Sam had a bunch of animatronics and stuff set up there. I see we're on the move.
You were in your car.
Yeah, he was.
Is it raining?
No, it rained a bit earlier, and then there was a couple drizzles as we were trying to get some paint down. So, and now I'm at Menards for I need some bars for the windows.
Oh, cool.
Big money.
I always spend big money here. I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That's my husband's favorite store is
Is
Menards.
it?
Yeah.
I worked there at one time, many, many, many years ago.
Oh, wow.
And this was actually pretty funny. Their whole save big money thing. While I was working there, two guys came in and they loaded up a VCR. That tells you how long ago it was, but they loaded up a VCR and a TV into a cart and just walked out the front door with them. And so we were always, after that, everybody's like, yeah, save big money.
Yeah, if you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, it walked right past the cashier.
That's funny. But my daughter and son-in-law, they used to work at the corporate office in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
And, for Menards. And he did that for a few years. But then, now they live here, but they lived in Arizona. Now they live back here. So
Oh, geez.
she's going to have a baby soon. So I've been kind of preoccupied with that. My first grandchild. So
Wow.
Congrats. We're excited. Had a baby shower yesterday. So
congrats.
Yeah. And then my other daughter, who's older than her, is also pregnant. So I got 2 babies coming this year.
Oh, jeez. So I guess, I don't know, maybe while we're waiting for Andrew to get in here, maybe I should talk a little bit about the various stories. I mean, what they're going to be for people who aren't familiar with the stories. The one Kathy is in is Home Sweet Home. And there's a couple who are staying in this old mansion, basically. They're renting it for like a month or for the summer, I believe. And the brother comes to visit and they get talking about this music room that had been closed and it's now opened. Wait, hang on a second. I got something from Andrew. Okay. Hang on a second. Let's see what's going on.
Andrew. Talk about.
Okay. Let's see.
Multitasking over here.
Trying to. I'm not so good at it, but I'm trying to.
I mean, Sam. He's at Menards.
Oh, Sam, yeah. Yeah, Sam's still out there shopping for stuff for this.
Yeah. Oh, that's why he's there.
He's getting bars for the window for the yellow wallpaper.
Oh, okay. And we're all getting there on Friday at 11. Is that what time?
No, 8 a.m. Sam and I will be there at 8. Oh, here's Andrew.
All right.
Hey, there he is. Can you hear us?
Hi, Andrew.
Let me hear you talk. See if I can hear you. Can you hear us, Andrew?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Okay, perfect. We can hear you.
He's on.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam is busy at Menards shopping. Well, you said you were hearing it. So Sam's shopping for some bars for the windows for yellow wallpaper right now. But Andrew is the guy who's going to be in all 5 of these. And maybe you want to talk a little bit about sort of some of your other horror movie experience, Andrew. I know you and I met on She Knows when we were there doing it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been pretty busy actually. Got a lot of stuff coming out. Movie called The Dead Place, which stars David Howard Thornton, who's known for playing Art the Clown in Terrifier. A Hard Place. It's kind of going around the country right now as like a theatrical, but it's going to be out on streaming on May 25th. We shot Bad Apples, which you know from Steve Morris. Yep. That's in post. I've seen a little bit of a rough cut of that, and it's probably the best movie I've ever done. It looks phenomenal. Yeah. And we just got done shooting a version in St. Louis. So just wrap that up. All this stuff should be up by summer. And like you said, we did She Knows together. So sure, we'll probably do They Know once it comes out.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be part of that. I hope.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I should do this. I keep forgetting to do this, but I should do this. Put this banner up to let everybody know where they can support our IndieGogo. It was funny because I actually went low tech before we did this, before I realized I could do that, and printed one up. But that's much better. I'll just pop it up from time to time. Give everybody a chance to maybe take a photo of it or write it down. Those addresses are weird. But you were just at a Day of the Dead convention this weekend too, right?
Yeah, me and Christina had a table there, just kind of promoting and repping all the movies that are going to be coming out. I literally just got home like an hour ago. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, we had to wait a little while because it was just downpouring. So like we're trying to like load her car up and stuff, and
Oh no.
she's like, I don't want to go out there, and it's like just crazy. So we waited it out a little bit until it started slowing down, and then yeah, I got home maybe an hour and a half ago, somewhere around there. So
Wow.
but it's a fun weekend, successful weekend. We sold a lot of stuff, got a lot of people interested in the stuff we just shot. So we'll see how it goes.
Where was that at?
In Rosemont, Illinois. It's like a suburb of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Kathy lives in the same area I live, so she lives.
Yeah, we live in the same subdivision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to tell you, I have a cat named Spooky.
Oh, I've met Spooky.
Yeah, it's a black cat.
Yeah, when I was at your house the one time, I saw Spooky. Yeah.
He is spooky. I mean, he shows up sometimes and he doesn't show up, but he's a feral cat, but we took him in as our own, so we love him. Anyway.
So I was in sort of going over some of the stories, but so Home Sweet Home, what I was talking about was Andrew plays the brother Ted, and in that one, and Ted they opened up the music room, which is against the wishes of Denton, who's the gardener / caretaker, who I'm going to be playing. And it turns out there's a ghost in the house, which we won't give much more away than that, except then the ghost is Kathy. But we find out
I got to practice my
ghost idea of what caused her demise in the story. And yeah, you're gonna get to play a corpse. Yay! Hey, I've done it.
This is new for me.
Done it too, right, Andrew?
Yeah, I played a ghost actually in the Dead Place. It was I had two different roles, but the one of them was like a ghost in the classroom where
oh, nice.
David Howard Thornton's like haunting somebody, and I'm kind of going by him, and the only person that can see me is the kid that's like being possessed. So
I see dead people.
that's fun.
I think I've got a Blu-ray ordered of that, and I've got a Blu-ray ordered of Bad Apples too. So I'm anxious to see both of those movies. But
you're gonna love Bad Apples. Steve had that retreat that we did last weekend.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of saw some of that, and I was just like blown away by it. Like even if I wasn't in it, I was just like, man, this is some really good material. So once they get it all edited and throw the score in and everything, I think it's going to be pretty popular on the streaming. So.
Steve does amazing work. I mean, he's just so good.
Yeah.
I think She Knows, which anybody can go out on YouTube. She Knows is on YouTube. It's a little short. It's like a proof of concept sort of. It isn't a full story. It sort of ends where you would think the story would really get going. But I think Steve did an amazing. Everybody in that thing did such good work. I mean, I was when I saw it, I was shocked at just how high quality it was. I mean, I know Steve does good stuff, but I was like, my God, this looks great.
Yeah, that was a crazy week for me because I had to go to Indiana, in like Charlestown, which is like in the South, and film a bunch of scenes for Bad Apples, and then I had to drive up to South Bend, and we did like a restaurant scene up there, and so I had to do Bad Apples, and then I got the audition for a version, so I had to memorize those sides.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
I got the thing for She Knows, so I had to memorize that. So I had 3 things going on in like 4 days. So I was kind of like, I was so happy. I mean, it's fun. I love being on set, but I was so happy to get home and just sleep for 2 days.
Yeah, being on set is pretty awesome, but
Right.
it's also
Yeah.
it's also exhausting.
It can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
The She Knows thing, I literally learned, and being the lead too. It's like, I mean, there's like so much dialogue, but I literally learned that script in like 12 hours.
Oh my god.
I didn't have much time because I had so much other stuff going on. So, but I
Yeah,
think
and I mean,
it turned out well. I like it. Yeah.
as I said, that's a nice thing about doing these silences. We're going to be dumping all the audio anyway. So if somebody has to shout out a line to somebody, it doesn't matter,
Right.
and you're just, hopefully everybody's what they, when the text card comes up, hopefully you can tell that that's what the person had said. That's the intent anyway. But I think these are going to be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
So I've got, let's see, I talked a little bit about Home Sweet Home. The Statement of Randolph Carter, I mean, I think a lot of people know that Lovecraft story, but it's actually one of my all-time favorite Lovecraft stories. It basically centers around a guy who has a friend who he's a little intimidated by, who is into like all kinds of occult stuff, and who takes him out into an ancient cemetery in the middle of the night. And they dig up this big stone, and the one guy goes down into the underground, and they've got like an old school phone that's just rigged with wire.
Mm-hmm.
And something bad happens to the guy who goes in the hole. Only there's a voice that comes over the phone at the end that's pretty frightening. And so I played a little bit with doing the adaptation of that, because the whole thing of him telling the story to the cops, I don't remember actually. I didn't actually reread the story on that one just because I know that story so well. I didn't have to, but
Right.
I did read parts of it just to make sure. But yeah, that one's fun. And then and in that one you play Randolph Carter, the main dude. So he's basically the lead in that one. I think Ted is actually kind of the lead in Home Sweet Home too. It's more of an ensemble thing, but I think that's probably the meatiest role in that one, actually. And then
It's killing me, Smalls, with all these roles I got to do here.
Hey, and I appreciate you doing them all, man.
No problem, man.
And then so then we've got The Secret of Growing Gold. That one is a real trip. That one, there's a guy is just gotten married to his second wife, and his first wife basically went missing, and no one knows what happened to her. Well, someone knows what happened to her, but the brother has an idea that the husband did away with her, and let's just say some odd supernatural things start to happen in the home. Yeah, I don't want to go too much further with that. And for the Yellow Wallpaper, I love that story so much. The Yellow Wallpaper is a real trippy story for anybody who hasn't read it. This woman is basically being told by her husband that she's had a nervous breakdown or something, and he's a doctor, and so she believes whatever he tells her. Mm-hmm. And he's taken her to this summer place, and they're sort of staying there. It's like an old home, and she's basically sat in the bedroom, the one bedroom, and it's got this hideous looking yellow wallpaper. And okay, so the wallpaper, by the way, is sort of, as far as I'm concerned, it's like a star, another one of the stars of the story. But there are some specific things in the story about the wallpaper. So it was very important that we get the wallpaper done right. So there's an local artist that I've worked with before, Chris Sweeney. He designed the wallpaper for us. So we're going to print up the wallpaper and do the entire wall in the wallpaper so that it can then get ripped off as the story calls for it. And he knocked it out of the park. This stuff is gorgeous. I absolutely love this. And we're going to be putting up a perk where you can get some of the screen used wallpaper and Chris will sign it, or you can get some pieces printed out that aren't screen used and he'll sign those. Probably be putting that perk up any day now. Those 2 perks. So that's something else that'll be added to this, where you can support these films. And but anyway, the woman, as she's sitting in that room just staring at the wallpaper, she starts to become convinced that there are people inside the wallpaper, trapped inside of it.
Oh, I just took it down.
And so we're gonna have some real fun with that in the post-production. But I'm not going to go into much more detail about that story for people who haven't read it, but it's pretty crazy stuff. And then that leaves us with which I'm drawing a blank at what the other one is. The facts in the case of M. Valdemar, which, Andrew, you're one of the nurses, right?
Doctor. Yeah, doctor.
Oh, there's doctor. You're one of the doctors. Okay, so that story is kind of a trip. There's a mesmerist, which, I guess it's basically a hypnotist, but they called them mesmerists back then, and it gives it a little more of a freakiness to it by calling it a mesmerist, I think, and that's what it's called in the story. But anyway, he's got a friend who's very ill and dying, and the friend asks him to come over, and he wants to be put into a trance before he dies, so that when he dies, he'll be in this trance. And the mesmerist is telling a group of people about what happened, and we see it all unfold. And that one is actually going to be, I think, one that's more fun because of some of the special effects towards the end. I mean, that's going to be the goriest one of the bunch. It's going to be pretty cool, I think. So those are the movies. I don't know, anything you guys would like to add?
I'm just new at all this, so I've probably gonna wait and see what happens here. But
yeah, and guess what? We've all been new at it. And that's what I like. I like to be able to, work with people who are new to it too. I mean, I'm still really, really new myself, other than doing this spooky movie time thing. So yeah, and you know what? You'll be very welcome. I'll tell you that, because I don't think we have anybody here who's not a good person, nice person. We get a lot of really cool people. Yeah, except for Andrew. Andrew's a jerk, but
I'm called worse.
I'm just kidding, man. No, I think everybody, it'll be very welcoming, and I'm anxious to have everybody do. If there's more stuff while you're on set that you'd like to try to do, for helping out with cameras or lighting or anything, and sort of learn how to do it and do some of that, you're absolutely welcome. I love to have people, take part like that. For one thing, it's less work, because I don't know. I'm hoping we got enough people to do everything. Especially moving sets around and stuff. Well, Sam's busy off somewhere shopping right now, but we've got it set up. He's built a corner that's 2 12-foot walls that we're going to use for most of them. Hey, I think I see Sam. Hey, there he is.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just talking about how you built 2 12-foot walls that are going to make a corner. And then we've got some other backdrops we'll be using. So it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be, and my plan is we're going to have a lot of them set up at once, as much stuff as we can set up at once, but we're still going to need to be shifting things around and, moving stuff around. And so if we've got more hands on deck to do that.
this is the outpost, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You don't need a map. All right.
No.
I know how to get there. I need a map to get there. I've only been there. I've driven by it once. I've been there once when I went to look at the place to see about renting it. So I probably need a map, but
it's you got to go down Kennewick Drive, Talladega, Hastings.
Yeah, I did up a map for everybody, which I'm going to send out tomorrow probably. Was there anybody have anything they'd like to add?
I'm just looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully, I think we're going to come up with some cool looking movies. I mean, we've got, like I said, got this all planned out really well. We've got some real furniture, real vintage furniture we're bringing in, and and Sam is just knocking it out of the park with his set design stuff, and so I think it's going to turn out really well. And then now the videos are going to, here's how they're going to work for the Spooky Ventures channel is they'll go up one per month for the 5 months. And it'll go up. I was originally thinking I was going to put them up on Fridays, but I think they're going to go up on a Sunday. And then the following Tuesday, the episode of Spooky Movie Time that uses that one will go up. And so that's how it'll. But I also have had at least one other horror host ask if they could use them in their horror hosting show, and I was like, yeah, that'll be doable too. So they'll probably show up other places too. But these will be out there on YouTube and who knows where else. I'm pretty open to letting people use them as long as we all get credited and that kind of thing. And then we did have on the IndieGogo, we've had one person who ordered a Blu-ray. So I will be doing Blu-rays of them as well.
Wow.
5 of them on Blu-ray. And what we'll probably do with that too is probably get some behind the scenes footage and some other goofy stuff to add to it for extras that you won't see anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me put that back up again. There's where you go for the IndieGogo. And now there are some items, yes, items on the IndieGogo. Like, for instance, if you cast pictures that are signed, those obviously have to be done. That's going to go away on Wednesday because I'm going to get anything I need printed on Wednesday so we have it for people to sign. And if you want your picture in these, that's going to go away by Wednesday as well because obviously I need to get those printed up. So a few of the perks, if you want them, you got to jump on them, today, tomorrow, or Tuesday because they will be gone on Wednesday. And like I say, we will be adding a perk for the wallpaper. And I'm telling you, that wallpaper is awesome. It's just, if you've read the story, it's just, you look at it, it's like, oh, yeah, that's what it is. It looks perfect for it. So that would be a cool one to get and, have Chris sign it. So that perk can stay up a little longer because Chris is local, so I can have him sign the stuff later if we need to. But I guess that's pretty much it, unless anybody has anything else they'd like to add.
No, I'm pretty tired. It was a long weekend.
Yeah, you need some rest, my friend. Okay, well, I hope everybody got some informative stuff here, and we'll see all you guys on Friday. And thanks.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. See ya.
Bye.